All right. Why is hidden pressure keeping you stuck? I'm Jennifer Seifert. I'm a financial leadership guide. I have a CPA designation. I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs for over 20 years in public practice. And one of the things that gave those entrepreneurs relief was telling me their problems, their financial problems, plus their personal problems, and why they have the financial problems and that kind of thing. And I wasn't always 100% able to get them to change. Actually, it was really hard to get them to change in the firm because they would be working from past, incomplete, and messy information. And they wanted me to solve all those problems. So now I am focusing my attention on helping you know why pressure builds and why it keeps you stuck, and what you need to do yourself as the entrepreneur, the business owner, to become current with your business, become current with your numbers, become current with the reality that you are creating. And many entrepreneurs are silently carrying hidden pressure because you're not telling anybody about your money problems, your leadership issues, and also you're not you're keeping it secret because you feel a little bit ashamed that you should have this figured out. And you can be a very successful entrepreneur and be making lots of money and still have this shame around being behind, being messy, being incomplete, not giving yourself time to plan so that you could even make more money. So I'm talking about ways that you could up your success here, but you have to you have to face the current reality of what's going on in your business so that you can make clear present time decisions. Because past information, which could be years behind, or avoiding your information, not wanting to look because you want to create what you want, those are ways that keep you stuck. Those keep you stuck. And you might be having inconsistent income, and so you're worried about it and it's creating anxiety. You might not even be paying yourself. I've seen tons of entrepreneurs never pay themselves. They might take money out of the company, but it doesn't get organized into payroll or dividends or anything like that until the last minute. And it's so much more expensive to not be planning or present and current with why you're taking out that money. And you're not putting your money into the right use of things. You might be overspending and under earning in one certain line item on your financials because you're not paying attention to it. So when you're the business owner or entrepreneur, say you're a solo person right now, it is necessary that you are the CEO, that you are the CFO, you're the CEO, you're the tech person, and I'm not saying you do all of the data entry or all of the background things, but you need to know how you want it, and you need to know how to tell people you want it, and you need to have information provided to you so that you can make grounded decisions from being a leader. Because when it's messy, incomplete, behind, and you're feeling this pressure and you're having potential shame, guilt, anxiety, and worry around money, and because you should be doing better, you should have this all figured out, what it does is it creates making decisions out of fear, making decisions that are based on or something that happened 2 months ago or 3 years ago, because you're not current with your information. You're not current in your life as well. Like, you're not current in your energy even. And it gets noticed. And you can still be generating revenue and feel financially insecure or unsecure. Like, it's not enough. because you don't know, and you're not planning or projecting. You don't even know what you've done so far. You think you got it tallied up in your head, but you don't know what's working or what's not working effectively if you don't look at your numbers, if you don't pay attention to your business and the financial aspects of your business. Because you might be thinking, oh, I just need more clients to do better. Well, that's not running a business. That's not leading your business. And the business is your creation. It's your creation. And it is informed by everything about you. And if you have parts of yourself and parts of your business that you're avoiding or ignoring, it's going to show up when you're trying to close the leads. It's going to show up in your energy that you're like, oh, I really need this client. And so that energy goes through and kind of repels them. Makes it harder for you to even follow through because you're like, oh, I don't know, and that kind of stuff. You're not sure. You're not confident. You get into a position of uncertainty. And it affects your leadership and clarity, your nervous system, your ability to grow sustainably when you don't know the current reality of your business in every aspect. And you became an entrepreneur to have freedom, to create wealth, to stop working for somebody else and become the one who gets the profits. You didn't become an entrepreneur to not pay yourself, to be overworked and burnt out and stressed about sales and marketing and ignoring parts of your business because you don't have enough time and you're busy. No, you became an entrepreneur so that you could flourish, so you could thrive, so you could build that dream life and lifestyle that you want. And pressure is expensive. It's expensive because when you don't stay current with your business, you don't see where you're losing money. I was talking to a colleague of mine the other day. She helps with credit card processing. And for 10 years, she paid over $20,000 extra in credit card processing fees. And because she didn't know that she had any options and she wasn't paying attention to the numbers in her books. So like with inflation, that's like over $250,000 of, lost revenue, lost money to the profits. So you want to be current. You want to be paying attention. And you're leaving so much money on the table by not being current as well. And it's keeping you stuck in old patterns. And there's patterns that are running through your business that you need to pay attention to. And we can stay stuck in certain patterns and not realize that there's a different way, there's a better way. And you can get it with telling the truth about what's actually happening. Being present and current with the reality that's happening right now. The past information it's valuable for like watching a pattern or seeing the pattern, but to make decisions from, you're just bringing that past mistakes or old patterning into your future. You're not creating and making decisions from the present situation into your future. And that present situation of the desire to have a multi-million-dollar business or even a six-figure business isn't moving into the future. It's the past experience that keeps repeating. And more money doesn't automatically always create clarity for people. Sometimes it creates this, I need to make more feeling. Like there's still not enough. There's still not enough. And this hustling and desperate energy gets created. And I understand why you want to avoid, because if you look at it, then you'll have to deal with it and you don't have the time, right? Because you're busy with the sales and marketing aspect of the business. But that is not the only responsibility of the CEO. Like you're building a whole functioning business and operates when all the spokes are on the wheel are moving properly. One spoke out of alignment is going to cause a jar. Like it's going to keep the boat stuck. It's not going to drive you forward. It's not going to drive you forward. And carrying, lots of business owners, and you might be doing this as well, have used your personal debt. I've done it to invest in your business, right? And invest in education and personal and professional development. And I've done that for many years, right? And I didn't realize what it was doing to me. And when I started looking at my numbers, I got them current because I'd have been behind in my numbers too. And because I'm an accountant and I think I know the numbers in my head better than if they're down on paper, but it's not true. When I did get myself all current and caught up, I couldn't remember things. It didn't turn out what I thought it was. I had to redo things and it just spent more time at it. So hidden pressure, avoidance, it's expensive. It's expensive. It costs you time, money, and aggravation. And it keeps you, thinking that you're the only one who has to figure it out. And I didn't want to tell anybody that I didn't have my numbers up to date, or because I should have it figured out. So that builds shame. And shame is a very dense, heavy energy. And it quietly erodes your confidence and clarity. And it is in your energy, it's in your body, and it's actually connected to your power center. And when you're not feeling good in your power, you start to cope. Maybe you start eating more, drinking more, and you don't feel good doing what you want to do at work. So you start doing like the bare minimum. You're still functioning, you're serving your clients, but maybe you're not being visible enough. Maybe you're not thinking positive. Maybe limiting belief systems start coming in easier because you just don't feel good. You don't feel motivated, excited, and present with your business. So the low energy is what is driving you. And that's not efficient. You can't succeed when you don't feel great. You might be getting by, it might be just working out, but those dreams that you have of paying yourself 6 figures from your business, of buying that dream home, going on that retreat, having the car, is not happening for you. It's not happening in the time that you want it to happen, and it's not materializing. So you're wondering, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? So you might be thinking, oh, I need to learn how to do this system. I need to learn how to do Facebook ads, or I got to spend money in this direction. But you don't even know what your current financial situation is. And so you're spending money without knowing if it's the right place to spend money in. And I've been there. I've done that too. I've been there. I've done that too. And getting current with your numbers is a step. But also, there's a bigger step before that. There's the step of getting honest with reality of how you feel. And if you're feeling shame and you want to keep it secret, that you're not up to date, you don't really know what's going on inside your business and the finances and the numbers or the conversions, you're a little ashamed. You don't want other people to know that you have been financing it with your own personal money. You've sold assets, or you've borrowed from your personal credit cards to invest in your company. And maybe you're having a slow month, and now the worry and the anxiety starts, like, how am I going to pay for everything that I've invested in? How am I going to pay? And I was in that situation, and I've been an independent person. Most entrepreneurs are highly independent and very self-sufficient, and you can figure it out eventually. But you can get there a lot quicker if you use the experts and the professionals who know the way to help you, like, be fully functioning CEO, CFO, CEO of your business. And so I decided that it's about time that I share after being in a 10-year relationship with my current partner, and we have a very prosperous relationship. We're building a retreat space and dream home right now. And we need to think about wills and insurance and all of these things. And if I don't finally share my financial position with him because I'm worried he'll judge me, or he'll think I'm not good enough, or he won't want to stay with me, and those kinds of things, and I keep that all in, it creates shame. It creates shame. And it was creating, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was creating this energy leak of my power. And it was actually causing my business to slow down. And I wasn't feeling good doing my business. And so I had to deal with it. I had to deal with it. And I started dealing with it by talking to my coaches and mentors about it. And because this is my wheelhouse, I have this professional training, and I've worked with tons of people, entrepreneurs, and studied their patterns through their numbers. I had to look at it for myself, and through some inner work that I had to do first, I was able to lay it all out and then present it to him. And because I wasn't in that shame when I was presenting it to him, it was the best conversation we've ever had in our lives. And it released shame. It released shame. And so you don't have to figure this all out by yourself. You can get honest about your reality. And those steps all are leading to you being current. And you're not going to get current right overnight, but you are going to step into the energy and the potential of being current as soon as you decide to get honest with your reality and stop avoiding. Like, I don't want to look at my bank account. I don't want to answer that phone call. I don't want to have that tough conversation. Those are the things that are showing up for you to move towards. And, I've been blessed with the ability to, make so many mistakes in my life. And now they're, the medicine that I teach and the teachings that I bring. And I've been where you've been, and I've felt what you felt, and I got no judgment about it. And being in the firms for 20 years, I really noticed how people would just start sharing with me their issues. But I also noticed that in the firms, it's all working from past history. The client is abdicating the responsibility to me or to the accountant to fix it all up. But they're not changing. They're not implementing the changes so that they get current, so that they can lead and do even better and make even more money in their business. They just repeat the same thing year after year. And it's not the place to do that work. But it's in my work now to help you really realize what is in your way and why are you avoiding this, and how can you become current with your numbers, with your business reality, with the creation that you're creating and the impact that you want to make. You want it to hum and provide all that freedom for yourself. You can tell me and make that first step. And so I created a Get Current consult so that you can come and share what you feel you've been keeping secret, what might be causing you to feel shame or self-judgment, or beating yourself up with thoughts and words, inner talk that isn't supportive, and help you take that first step and guide you to the next step that will help release more of the past messy situation and get current in the reality and the creation of what you want to create, and start creating it. because we need to take steps along this path of staying current in our business to really grow our business, to lead like leaders. And clarity does not come from being under pressure. Clarity comes when you have relief, when you have spaciousness to receive the clarity in the next direction of your business. If you're worried, anxious, and stressed, it's hard to make a decision, a clear decision. But sharing your stress, worry, and anxiety about your business with somebody else opens up spaciousness so you can get clarity. You can get a different perspective. You can realize a blind spot that you've been holding or a limiting belief around your business and its growth. So book that Get Current consult with me. It's free. It's about 30 minutes, and I'll help you, take that first step of telling somebody about what's going on, because it's so spacious to really tell somebody where you're at and how you're feeling. So please like and subscribe and comment on this video. Share it with somebody that you know who's an entrepreneur or a business owner, and they can appear really successful even. You might not know what secrets they're keeping. Share it with them. It might resonate with them. And I'll see you next Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time for Receptive Radio. And we'll be talking about something else. Have a great day.